Today's video is all about Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy has lots and lots of different looks, so this tutorial is going to be the Uma Thurman version from Batman and Robin. Even though my eyes are already green, I know not all of your eyes are already green, so green contacts it is. And then we're just going to get started in the same way that we usually do, which is foundation all over my face, followed by concealer underneath my eyes, and down my nose and on my chin, and covering any blemishes that I have on my face. Then I am using Bare Minerals All Over Face Color as bronzer. This stuff is cool because you can use it as blush, bronzer, eyeshadow, even lip color. So I'm just going to sweep it along my cheeks for a little contour and a little color. The eyeshadow is pretty easy. I'm going to start by priming my lids. The makeup and costume look that I am using is from the botanical party scene, and there are so many great reference shots in that scene alone for both the costume and the makeup, so you should be able to find some pretty clear reference pics of this bronzy lime green eyeshadow look. So I'm going to take this shimmery bronze color and put it in kind of a weird spot on my eye. It's going to go up over my crease and not quite down to my lash line and fill all of that in. And then I'm going to come in with a shimmery lime green eyeshadow. And basically I'm just going to do a really thick line across my upper lash line. Try to avoid blending that green line on your lid with the brown because we want that line to stay pretty defined. It's cool to go ahead and blend out the green brow bone highlight. Speaking of which, you should put a green highlight on your brow bone. And I'm also going to put some underneath my eyes as well. This is one of those makeups that looks amazing on Poison Ivy, but doesn't really translate to much of anything else. These colors are really weird. She has a pretty soft eyeliner, so I'm going to use a pencil liner for this. I started by using NYX's 2-timer kohl liner, but it wasn't giving me the dark black color that I wanted, so I switched to a different black pencil liner that I have from NYX that is much darker. I'm going to give myself a little wing coming straight out of the side of my eye to help mimic the shape of Uma Thurman's eyes. Then I'm going to put mascara on my top and bottom lashes and jump straight to falsies. It's pretty clear that she is wearing falsies, but they're very natural looking, so I just picked the most natural pair that I can find and put them on. Oh, and by the way, we're skipping the brows because she wears a mask that covers them, so there is no need to fill them in. And then I'm going to use a lip liner that is kind of a dusty rose shade to fill in my lips. I am going to downplay my Cupid's bow with the lip liner to get more of the shape that she has. Her lips also appear to have an orangey kind of tint to them, so like a peach or coral or any kind of warm color is a great way to top off this lip. And we're kind of at the point now that we can't go much further without a costume. I used a store-bought costume from Wholesale Halloween Costumes as the base for my Poison Ivy cosplay, and y'all know that I love to take store-bought costumes and customize them and make them just a little more unique, so let's do it. So to start on the costume, I picked up some greenery from Michael's, and then my friend and I worked on a design that would be flattering to the body. So then we took all of the leaves off of the little vine things they came on and used hot glue to glue them all on individually. Say hi, Kristen! We also used the same greenery to make the headband, and we were really impressed with the way the fabric held up with the hot glue. It didn't bleed through or melt the fabric at all. It worked out great. And I already know that these are not Poison Ivy leaves. My main goal for this costume was to give it a little more texture and make it more botanical. In my book, success. I love it. To get Ivy's bright red hair, I'm using a lace front from Gothicalita Wigs. This is their Venus collection in red. And my usual 15% off discount code has been bumped up until October 31st, Halloween. Right now, it's Alexa20 and will get you 20% off. This style is a little curlier than Poison Ivy's hair is, so I am just brushing it out to make the curls a little looser and flowier and wavier. Using a wide tooth comb or a wig brush, start at the bottom and work your way up. This wig design already has a widow's peak, but it's not quite as dramatic as Poison Ivy's is. So I'm going to use a mix of 2 different red body paints to get the right shade of red to match the wig. And I'm going to draw a really dramatic, really pointy widow's peak. And then I'm going to use black body paint on a tiny little brush to extend the part down a little bit, since you can see it through the lace on the wig. For the mask, I ditched the little sequin one that came with the costume because I wanted one that was a bit more realistic. So let's make our own. Keeping a reference photo nearby, I used active wire mesh to cut out the general shape of the mask and form it to my face. And then I sculpted each leaf out of thin layers of polymer clay on top of the active wire mesh cut out. And then I sculpted in some leaf texture, baked it, painted on some shadows, and glued on some rhinestones for a much more realistic leaf mask. As long as the leaves were thin enough and it's not too heavy, spirit gum should be able to hold it on your face. So apply the spirit gum where the mask will be touching your face. I would avoid getting it in your eyebrows, and of course keep it away from your eye. Then you can just tap on it to make it tacky, and once it's all sticky, you can just stick the mask right on. Hold it there until it's dry, and then you got yourself a little leafy eyebrow. Perfect. The reason you're going to want to sculpt this mask onto active wire mesh is because you can bake it with a curve in it that lines up with the curve of your face. You won't be able to glue on a mask that is completely hard and flat, which is what you would get if you just sculpted this on a flat surface and then baked it on a cookie sheet or whatever, because it won't touch all of the points of your face that it would need to in order to stay on. And now I'm just going to add the little headband that I made earlier, but I decided that it was too leafy, so I thinned it out a lot by just cutting off a few of the extra leaves. And then for the hair, I just took little chunks out and twisted them up really super tight, so that when I release some of the pressure, they like twist up in on themselves into these little twisty knots. And then I just bobby pin them into place all along where that headband sits. The more of those little twisty pieces you do, the better. I only did 2, but I would recommend probably doing several more for the actual look that she has in the movie. The last step will be to sweep some glitter across the chest and on your neck, and you can even put some on your face. She's pretty sparkly in this botanical party scene, so go nuts! And the nail polish I have been wearing in this video and for this costume is one of Madame Glam's gel polishes. It is Patrick's favorite, which is a really pretty deep green that's like super sparkly and beautiful. And then you just gotta get in a super sassy mood. You gotta bring that poison ivy attitude, and this cosplay comes to life. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something today. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I love making these videos for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Come on, plant lady. Pheromones. They don't work at the cold-hearted.